Hey everybody, this is Jason Creel, this is Lawn Care Life. You may recognize Santa Claus beside me, but this is my friend Bob. He's been on the channel before. If you remember last year, I did a video, if you're a regular, it was teaching a 69-year-old how to ride a zero-turn mower and how to edge with a trimmer. And I may put links popping up on your screen later in the video. But today we got a new thing. We have got a Hedge trimmer. I'm trying out a battery-powered Hedge trimmer that I just got from Milwaukee Tools. I went to the Milwaukee Tools pipeline event recently and they sent us a sample of the Hedge trimmer. And Bob here was telling me he was trimming his hedges. He said, I got some electric hedge trimmers. And I thought, I bet you Bob, when he says electric hedge trimmers, he's talking about plugging the extension cord into the wall and dragging it around. And so let me show you what he's been working with. All right, Bob.
Stepping on the cord.
Yeah, you got electric
cord untangled.
Yeah, you got electrical tape all over your extension cord here.
That's because of this.
Yeah. Oh, you've cut it. You've cut it with the trimmer. So how old do you reckon these trimmers are?
It's at least 20, probably 25 years old.
Okay, so I will say the one good thing is that they still work after that long. But I'm happy to tell you there are better trimmers that's been invented since then. So I'm letting Bob test out the new Milwaukee trimmers. We ain't even opened the box yet, so we're gonna open them and try them out for the first time.
Gonna make them jealous.
And the neighbor's out cutting with his electric trimmers too with extension cord. So Bob's gonna put his neighbor to shame here. So all right, here we go. Milwaukee Tools trimmers, opening the box here. Let's see what we got. They had different sizes. This is the 18-inch trimmer, I believe. They had a 24-inch, but I thought this was sufficient for, you know, a bunch of stuff. We got camellia bushes. I know some of you that are maybe master gardeners are gonna say don't trim azaleas when they're blooming. These are these encore azaleas. They bloom multiple times a year. So
at least three times.
Yeah, at least 3 times is what Bob says. So I think you got to trim them at some point or they get a little squirrely.
I'm not going to trim the blooms.
Bob says he's not trimming the blooms. He's just going to trim. I've got a battery. Let me grab the battery out of the truck.
It's got some big cutting blades. So just do that, don't I?
Yeah, we don't need all that. All right. This one runs off the 18-volt system with Milwaukee. It's the M18 system. Let's see how good a Bob is at trimming. What does Santa Claus do in the off season? He trims hedges. Watch out for the extension cord, Bob. I just messing with him.
How old is your battery?
I don't know. He asked how old the battery is. I've got several batteries. I don't know.
Is this locked? I wonder. Lock on.
I don't know if it has a lock-on feature or not.
Probably against the law now. Everything's against the law.
Bob said it may be against the law to have a lock-on feature because everything's against the law. Now, if somebody can explain to us why these camellia bushes, Bob's told me before, they'll get a lot of buds on them, but almost no flowers. I mean, you know, they bloom sometimes in the fall, even in the winter or early spring, I don't know. But for whatever reason, these just don't bloom or have very few blooms compared to the amount of buds. So Anybody that knows why that is, I'd be curious to know. How's the neighbor doing over there with his extension cord?
Take that one off. Took care of a pretty big branch. That's pretty. No, that's just young.
All right, what do you think so far?
Like I said, it cut that, I don't know where it went, fairly thick thing without any trouble.
Bob was impressed that it went through a fairly thick branch with no problem. I think he was talking about this, that he cut through that.
It's nice. I don't know what kind of, I'm sure you know better than me, but
I asked Bob if he wanted me to cut some. He said no.
I'm just trying to cut the wild ones off, the stray ones that grow like weeds. Seems like I remember something about using a saw in action. I never had much luck with that. You know anything about that?
He said, asked about using a sawing action. I wouldn't think that would be recommended. I would hope the blades are sharp enough that you wouldn't saw it.
There again, that's probably recommended by Black & Decker, right? Like you said, the master gardeners are gonna fuss at me if they can find me.
Oh, they fuss at me all the time. They probably want you out here with a pair of hand snips, nipping every little individual branch. I ain't got time for all that.
I've done that a little bit too. But I remember moving a whole azalea bush down in Mobile in the middle of the summer. It lived, you know, as long as you trim it back good and get all the roots.
I've seen some huge azaleas that have been cut way back. You know, they get so overgrown, you whack them way back, and they're hard to kill once they get established.
Yeah. And they don't have thorns.
I like the Encore azaleas personally.
I do too. I love them.
What's your opinion on the knockout roses?
I hate them.
Bob hates knockout roses. He calls them knockoff roses.
They're a pain.
Yeah, I've kind of fallen out of love with them. They look great in the spring, but then after that, they just leaves start turning
grow
brown.
like weeds.
Yeah, they're.
Well, my sister says you're supposed to pull those little balls off, or they'll just keep growing other ones. I've got one coming up right there, which I'm gonna poison.
I got you. I think this also brings about a larger discussion. I'd love to hear from you in the comments about just battery-powered equipment in general. For me personally, I haven't had much experience with larger battery-powered equipment like zero-turn mowers and that sort of thing, but I do have quite a bit of smaller handheld stuff. A lot of it is Milwaukee, and for the most part, it has been fantastic. So I know there's lawn care companies out there that have went all battery as far as their handheld equipment, even some possibly with zero-turn mowers and bigger equipment. So it seems to me that that's going to become more and more prevalent, and the performance on the handheld stuff I had has been excellent. Matter of fact, I have a friend that's in the lawn care business, and he's often borrowing my battery-powered Hedge trimmers, pole saw, things like that, because of the performance of it. And I also like that you don't have to worry about the carburetor being clogged up, something like that. You put a battery in and it almost always going to work. Now on the larger equipment, to me, from what I've heard, even on the zero-turn mowers, the performance is there on a lot of those things. Now obviously not all companies are making the same quality of equipment, but the conversation then becomes the price point. Is it affordable for a lot of people in the lawn care business to buy a zero-turn mower that's going to be significantly more expensive than a gas-powered one? And is the gas savings going to justify it? In my opinion, a lot of times the gas savings are not going to justify it. But, in some situations it may be government regulations force us to go this route. And possibly you want to just become a battery-powered company, and that's the movement you're going with your business. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments, but also just interested to see how this changes over the next decade or so, because I think changes are coming, and hopefully if more and more battery stuff comes out, then it will bring the price point down on some of the larger things. Now again, on the handheld equipment, price point is not really a big deal, and performance seems great, and I've been very happy with the products that I have used.
I'm like you, I don't like to. I used to form some hedges, those boxwoods.
Oh yeah.
Somebody said, how do you get them round like that? I said, you cut them round.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of them are just cut square.
Yeah, they are cut square. You got to trim them way too often.
Yeah. Well, this is nice, I'm told.
Bob says he's sold on these trimmers.
Next time our electric ones go down, I'll buy one.
He said, well, fortunately, you live close enough to me, you can borrow those whenever you want to.
The batteries are a lot better these days. I remember I've had an electric mower for years.
You talking about with an extension cord or a battery?
Battery
powered electric mower.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have one of the
drag extension cord.
Power company one.
Yeah.
I'd have that thing cut up in a million pieces.
Yeah.
But and it was pretty good. And I said, oh no, I think after 3 years the batteries wouldn't charge.
Yeah.
Of course they wanted an arm and a leg, but you took the pack apart. It was just two 12-volt like alarm batteries you see in a building.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the Milwaukee batteries, they have been excellent, the ones I've had, as far as how. Now I've got some bigger than that. I put a smaller one on there just to make it lighter weight, but yeah, they last a long time. Now it's going to depend on what tool you're using. Some tools obviously going to pull more power than others. All right, Bob, what's your thoughts? You got about 5 or 10 minutes worth of trimming in with these things. How would you compare with your corded trimmers that are about 25 years old?
Well, one of the things I like is the opening here is much wider than these. So it'll grab hold of a pretty good size branch. And it looks like it'd be a lot easier to sharpen. I don't even know how to sharpen that.
Yeah, I don't know if they want you to sharpen them or not.
Maybe not.
One thing they talk about with the Milwaukee stuff, and I didn't notice, but they talk about the balance of the tool. So like how you're holding it in your hand right there, they want it balanced to kind of make it easier to handle, you know, ergonomic or whatever you want to call it.
It is balanced well.
Yeah.
And
so you feel good about the power and everything?
yeah.
Cutting ability. Of course, they're brand new out of the box.
Right.
But the Milwaukee stuff I've had in the past has been excellent, so I wouldn't imagine these would be any different.
Yeah. It's good. I would like a locking feature, but like I said, that may be illegal.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that on trimmer. There may be a rule against that. All right, well, we appreciate you trying them out, and still got some shagginess on some of these.
Yeah, I do.
You got, Bob's retired. He's got time to work on it. Thanks for watching the video. Just wanted to show you the trimmers and show you Bob at work and what Santa Claus does in the off season. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.